What up, y'all? Happy Monday. Welcome to WWT Live. We got a lot of things to talk about. We're going to be talking about, of course, Bad Blood. We're going to be talking about Kurt Angle, AJ Lee, and so much more. Our family runs deep. Coming up next.
Hey, guys. How are y'all? It's your girl, Kaylia Capri, better known as __ Lexini, and you are watching Women's Wrestling Talk.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
Happy Monday. Welcome. TK here for WWT Live, and I'm not alone, along with my dog and her new friend. I'm not alone. We have, who do we got? Our PR queen herself.
From New Jersey, WWT resident AEW expert Courtney NJ11.
What's up, Miss Courtney? How are you doing?
Hello, happy Monday. It has been a busy Monday. We had Bad Blood, and we have a lot of things happening. NXT's coming to St. Louis. We're also on the road to Wrestle Dream, which is this Saturday. So we have a lot of stuff to cover throughout the wrestling world.
As well, I agree. And again, we're not alone. Our family runs deep today. The Miss Honeypot with the Honeypot predictions
Of WWT Wrestling with Honey with
Honeypot predictions. What's good? How are you doing, Miss Honey?
I am firmly in my acknowledgments today. I am so ecstatic to be here. I'm so well rested after a crazy weekend and wrestling. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. Let's do this.
And hey, cousin Ron, how are you doing? He said the killer bee.
I'm here for that. I love that.
Goodness. And the councilman, he's taking off from his counseling duties for a little bit today.
Pharaoh of Strattonville with his Parisiac constituents.
Mr. Pharaoh's in the building. How are you doing?
You see the eyebrow. You see it. What I tell you, all you gotta do is dream. All you gotta do is have a pinch of delusional in your life. And dreams can come true. Yeah. No one thought it was gonna happen, but me and Honey. Honey badgered this man almost on the lines of stalking. And I said, you know what? It's gonna happen. And it happened just how I called it. But you got to watch the rest of WWT Live to know what we talking about. But you know what we talking about, but we going to get there.
Thank you, Dwayne.
I can't. I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on, y'all. And I'm running the show. But one more
Star fandom.
Quite frankly, you need to go back to the drawing board because your game absolutely sucks.
Yes!
Oh my God. Wait a minute.
That's the first time I've ever seen that.
Hold on.
That's the first time I've ever seen that. That's great.
Oh,
no.
Yeah, shout out to our producer. Our producer Dylan, gave that on Friday.
Minute. Where's my upgrade? I want no upgrade for me. Wait a minute. That was spectacular. What the fuck I just saw?
I don't know what to say. So hello, thank you. Man,
shout out, Dylan. Shout outs. That was so funny. That is great.
That was so dope.
Yeah, you got to start walking in when that play now. You don't even need to get your seat. You got to walk into that.
Yeah, I gave it to the professor last week. Maybe he ran out of time.
No, because Dion wasn't here. He wanted to play it while Dion was here.
Gotcha. Well, welcome, Dion, and shout out to our producer Dylan for making that for you. Yeah, welcome to the family. Sorry, y'all, for if you hear dogs. My dog doesn't like the new dog, and it's a whole situation. Anywho, let's get into it. Speaking of Dion, you were at Bad Blood.
Yes.
So tell us about your experience.
Oh man, to start off the night with Hell in a Cell, like straight from the gate, just just being in the arena when that music hits and it starts lower and they added fire to it when it's dropping too. Amazing. I mean, come on, it's WWE production, right? Mm-hmm. But just being there at the end, and shout out to Honey for badgering The Rock so much that he had no choice but to show up. What was funny about it, though, I think somebody hit the smoke a little early. So I was like, wait a minute. Why is that smoke coming out of the entryway? And then it stopped. That's when I grabbed my phone and was like, oh, he's back there. And just to be in the arena when I don't even remember hearing the music when it happened. So amazing time. God, I'm so happy I went. I would have been sick if I didn't go, and I was right here in Atlanta and didn't go.
Before we get into our reactions for y'all, we're not going to go through the whole Bad Blood thing because both councilmen did a great job in the post show for Bad Blood. So you can check that out on our YouTube page, pretty much any podcasting platform. We have it for you guys. But with that being said, I'm going to go. I'll have my small reaction to it at the end of everybody. But councilman, how did you like Bad Blood? And what did you like most about it?
It was a 10 out of 10 for me because I got everything I wanted. I was right. And, that's what WWE stands for. Will wins everything. And that's what I did at Bad Blood.
You cleared the card. All your yeah.
I called the whole card. I should work for that. I wrote everything. I said everything. Everybody that was just like, oh, Damian Priest ain't going to win. You could suck a fart because he won. He won. I was the only one that said he was going to wait. I think TK, did you say
somebody else did?
I think I might have.
I think TK also said it. So you can jump in on this too. You can throw up the awesome thing. No one believed us. They didn't believe in us. But I like that all the stories that need to come to an end came to an end. We got to see which new ones were forming. I think the way they had the card set, it played right for everything it needed. Everybody played the character that they needed to play. The only one thing I say I didn't like is the ref messed up.
Yeah.
Rhea and Liv's match. Mm-hmm. Because I looked up, a shark cage match is actually no holds barred. So there is no rules. So he shouldn't have rung the bell for them, which is why they had that whole confusing spot with Raquel. But glad to see her back. I know Courtney been calling it that Raquel was coming back. It gave us everything we wanted. And then just right at the end, you first off, Jey was back. And I was just like Honey say, you got to let this cook a little bit. I was good there. But when Cody held that belt up, and I knew they messed up too, just like to Dion's point. I seen that thing turn blue. I was like, there it is. And then you heard his music play, and I was like, and just so in case you didn't catch the post show, I know everybody is wondering what did the hand gestures mean?
Yeah,
I already broke it down. Roman is in trouble. 3 strikes, you out. You lost to Cody at WrestleMania. You paired up with Cody, and then you beat your family for Cody. The Rock and the final boss is not happy. The final boss is not happy, which is going to lead us down the road to WrestleMania. He got to take care of Cody first. Yeah. He's not happy with The Rock. I mean, he's not happy with Roman Reigns. You chose this dude that beat you, that disrespected our family at that press conference in Vegas. The dude that said my grandfather's name. Nah, bro. This was like uncle to little cousin. Be like, hey man, you know he waiting in that room with that belt. Go ahead and go. Hey man, go ahead and go take your whooping, dog, so we can get back to playing.
It feels like we're on the road to WrestleMania in October. Mm-hmm. Like that's how it felt leaving on Saturday. Mm-hmm. It was like, wait a minute, War Games is coming. That'll be okay. But are we on that road to WrestleMania in October? That's the biggest question I came out.
Only person I've ever seen that happen with is the same exact person, and that was The Rock and John Cena. They told us about that match
that 1 year. Yeah.
A year. Ain't nobody first of all, I always acknowledge the Temu Bloodline chief. Always. I'm not with the Temu Bloodline. Once again, it's not my fault you go paired up with Dusty Rhodes' son. You saw what happened. You knew what we were supposed to get this year. And you gonna go pair it with that man to go knock out your cousins?
But look at what you get now, Will. Look at what you get now.
I'm just talking about him talking about I joined the team. Let's not make that thing. Let's not get that in the air. No. No, let's not. No. I'm just letting you know The Rock said 3 strikes. You done.
That could be it, yeah.
And now you gotta see me. You gotta see me now.
Before we get into this comment that Bosa, our informational officer, made, Courtney, what did you think of Bad Blood?
I actually enjoyed it, even though I missed the first 5 minutes of CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, but they really delivered, and it was a really nice card, especially considering it was on the 27th anniversary of the first Bad Blood. That was also historic as well. And seeing all the legends come out in the audience, that was nice to see. Like DDP, Mickey James, Arn Anderson coming, because it looked like a really big event. And also, there was some matches I did like. Also, Liv and Rhea was a bit messy. That was the one thing I was kind of really distressed about, because it was very messy, especially the way Raquel came in. It just felt something was a little off. And
sorry,
also,
Courtney.
Yes.
What is going on with your husband, honey? Do you guys not live together? What's?
No, we do. We're just in different places right now, so he's just making sure that he acknowledges me anywhere he goes. So that's, as any husband should.
I really want to hear Jacob Fatu say that now.
I'm more of the Tomatonga of of recognizing. So there's no confusion in this. Okay.
Wait, confusion. There's some kind of confusion. Did you just refer to yourself as Tomatonga? Mr. Anti-Temu Bloodline over here. What's happening?
I don't want to be Jimmy doing this though. Jimmy be getting his ass whooped. And he said in the Jacob voice. So technically, your husband hit the Temu Bloodline line first. So
all right,
I was just going off of what he wrote. We ain't gonna have these allegations that I'm with the Temu Bloodline. I already been writing. Hey, I don't want this leak being spread like this.
I see your strategy, sir. That's fine, but I will say, just be careful, just be wary. Be wary of which bloodline you go with.
Bosa, what do you do, Bosa? Sir, this is look. Don't make me get the lawyers involved, Bosa. Listen. I will put out a statement real quick.
Real
quick.
Sorry, Courtney. Continue.
That's fine. The one thing that pissed me off, because I have Peacock, I didn't even get to see some of the video packages because they went straight to commercial. So I was pissed off about that with Peacock, which I don't know. Yeah, I didn't see any of the video packages.
Huh.
Wait, which plan do you have?
I think I have the premium one.
Because I saw all I had it on Peacock. I saw all the packages.
Yeah, for some odd reason for mine, it doesn't want to show it.
That's weird.
That's weird, yeah. You didn't see the thing, nothing, anything?
No.
Yeah, that made me change my pick almost, but glad I did.
That really pissed me off in a way. But I enjoyed it. I will say last week I did not say, because I like to be surprised, and I was very surprised to see The Rock, which that kind of calmed my seat. I was just like, oh my God. What's he doing here? Where is he gonna do? Now I want to watch SmackDown on Friday to see what's gonna happen next. And I'm not gonna give spoilers on what happened after Bad Blood, especially during the press conference, but that is for later. But I did enjoy Bad Blood, and it's gonna be really exciting with Raw, SmackDown, on the road to WrestleMania, and especially not just War Games, but also Saturday night's main event, because it's in Long Island this year. So a lot can happen with that storyline. So I'm happy to see The Rock return. Everybody went nuts. I enjoyed all the matches. And also, I know everybody was was not intrigued to see, but I was very intrigued on seeing Goldberg and Gunther.
Same, Courtney. Yes, me too.
I
was chanting Goldberg as loud as I could while I was there.
But you get that man Medicaid raised up. Leave that man alone.
So
leave that man alone.
But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Bad Blood. I enjoyed it.
Miss Honey, what did you like about Bad Blood?
I think everybody knows what I liked about Bad Blood. Seeing my tribal chief finally return, honestly, a little out of the element because we haven't seen him in a few years come out solo, dolo, literally no bloodline, no title in hand. So it was very refreshing to see that side of Roman and for him to still have that energy and that aura when he comes out that, you know, no matter what, title or not, he will always be that guy. I loved the women's matches, both of them were phenomenal. Queen Nia killed it. It was really, really interesting for the dynamic between, you know, to further the dynamic of Tiffany and Nia Jax. I can't wait to see how far that goes, or, you know, what kind of little tricks and turns that they got him, you know, for that story. Let's see. Of course, the Hell in the Cell was actually a really great match, and it really didn't need anything over the top. I know we're used to, and Triple H said it in the press conference. I know we've been used to for years, somebody flying off that damn cage, or somebody being on the top, or starting it from the top. You know what I mean? We've had so many drastic kinds of Hell in the Cells, but this was just very old school to the point, and just two men with like ultimate hate for each other, just beating the crap out of each other. It was exactly what I wanted. I got some blood in there, a lot of blood in there actually. Yeah. You know, but Drew carried that match very well. CM Punk did his thing, and it was a good way for them to nip that rivalry in the bud there. So and of course the return of the final boss, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, was definitely one of the top pops besides Jimmy returning, because Jimmy's pop was crazy. Yeah. The pop for Jimmy was insane. Seeing him back is also good and refreshing. It's just, now what do we do? Now what is happening here? Because the final boss, they came out and with no words needed. With no words were needed. But the final boss looked like he has more questions than answers, because back in April, weren't we in a different kind of position? Now you're with the op, you know, you're with Cody Rhodes and Jimmy's in there too, and that's your blood. If I'm Big Cuz Dwayne Johnson, I'd be feeling some kind of way. And I don't know if anybody saw the clip that surfaced of Solo saying it's part of the plan, but yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and say I told you so, but it's coming. I'm just not gonna say it yet.
Well, I'll go into the one major thing, because you guys covered some really great points. What I really loved and I'm excited about was the opening of Bad Blood and the cinematic. It was like, I put it in the chat because I didn't get to watch it this weekend. I watched it early this morning, and I'm like, oh my, this is the start of a great movie. And
like an IMAX theater, like you were in an IMAX theater.
Like, it's just kind of almost like we're almost short of after the PLE, you know, you have to wait a little bit, and then they're gonna run another thing that's gonna happen in the next PLE. Like, I feel like that's what's gonna come next. But
I want a little more of that cinematic, man. I
know, right?
What Cody Rhodes Christian was. I was like, okay.
So that kind of goes with our question. You know, we have Honey's husband acknowledging her, and which leads to the whole bloodline. Jey Uso talked about the possibility of bloodline additions. He said that they have cousins who are ready to jump in. Their family runs deep. So as far as this storyline, it seems like we're definitely getting ready for Vegas. With, you know, The Rock, the tribal chief, all the stuff happening. What do you guys see panning out?
But we're getting ready for war.
Yeah,
that's all I could smell.
Bloodline war games.
There's blood in the water, and sometimes blood ain't thicker than water in certain cases. I mean, according to Jimmy and Roman, yes, but maybe not so much with Dwayne. But we're definitely getting ready for war. And
we're on the road.
It's the war we've all been waiting for and anticipating for pretty much most of this year.
And it's at the end of November too.
Yeah,
like it's some time to build.
Plenty.
We're on the road.
Hold on. Is it though?
To War Games, November 30th?
Is it enough time to build all of that?
Wait, so you think the Civil War should happen before for November 30th?
We gotta do something for War Games.
I feel like
to be honest with you, I think it's
saving it.
I think it might happen after.
Really?
Yeah, because you remember, you got to remember, we still got Crown Jewel coming up.
Yep.
We already know Cody's occupied for that.
That don't count though in the universe.
No, because remember, Rock has to go after Cody first.
True.
So we get the Roman. Because you already see now how this is playing out. He comes out, dons the Temu bloodline as his own. Now we're going after Cody. Who's gonna save Cody again? Same one that saved him. They was like, yo, they jumping him. We need you.
His brother, when his contract is up.
I'm saying though, you kind of saw it, like you saw it right there. So who's to say that he won't come back to defend that? So I just don't know. Will we get it then? And then who's Roman's team?
Yeah, that's
yeah. I feel like we can't see that until Vegas, like the ultimate Civil War bloodline, like that. Because think of it, if that does happen, even if it doesn't happen at Survivor Series, it happens maybe at Royal. Like then what are they gonna do for Vegas for WrestleMania? Like I feel like there has to be that has to be.
And we got 2 nights. That's why I'm just like I don't know if we.
Yeah, man.
We still have to get to Royal Rumble before we even get.
Yes, we do.
You know, and then by then we'll be in Netflix and everything like that on Raw and Smack. Like, who knows, man?
But it's wild that we're talking about it now too.
Now,
yeah, it really is.
October.
I just feel like, but I feel like also all summer since The Rock left and since Roman left after Mania, I feel like all summer we were talking about what's happening right now. So it's like we're on the right track. I know we are. But you never know, because Papa Paul Levesque could just throw a monkey wrench in anywhere and twist up the story even further and take it somewhere to where we never would have thought they could, you know? And then you got Cena retiring. There's so many factors that could play in with this bloodline story all at the same time. It's literally going to look like an Avengers Endgame movie, like dead serious. It's going to be crazy. And The Rock is Thanos.
Yeah, you got to run it.
He's just sitting there.
Yeah, she just put it. Yeah. Last year was Infinity War. This year is Endgame.
So speaking of coming in from the tracks.
Uh-oh.
What? The tracks?
From the tracks. That's a new.
You on the tracks now, man?
I'm sorry I'm late, guys. I got here as soon as I can. I'm a little late, but I did want to hurry up because I got a text message from our final boss full of expletives that Christian ears should not hear. So I got here as soon as I can.
The Vice City is on the tracks now? What has happened since?
That's about to pound the streets.
They went from streets to the tracks now. What is going on?
A lot of switching up around here. Councilman going to see the bloodline.
So what did I miss?
Hey.
What did I miss?
Whoa. These allegations is getting thrown around.
I'm just messing with you. I know.
No, I didn't delete that one. That's Future BM right there. I'm not going to delete that one. No.
Future BM. Look, what was your thoughts on Bad Blood? He said.
Oh, me and the councilman went over that in its entirety in the post show. If you haven't seen that, go check that out on YouTube. But I thought it was a good card. I don't have an issue with the card. I thought everything was where it should have been on the show. Obviously, with the big reveal at the end, that's going to allow a lot of people to speculate over the next couple of weeks. I don't think we'll see Dwayne until, let's say, end of October, and it'll probably just be a video package or something like that. But they did exactly what they need to do to get the conversation started for whatever this Mania season is going to be.
Oh, great. Triple H just posted on Instagram his interaction with Goldberg backstage last night, and he ends the caption with, "We'll talk more very soon." Great.
He's spearing Gunther tonight. He's there tonight.
I promise you, if you end this man career like Bret Hart, I'm gonna be tight.
Man.
Oh man.
Look,
hold on. Special
or
demise
Bret Hart,
comment.
or William Regal,
There's no demise, sir.
or Undertaker, or
y'all need to chill, man. Goldberg wasn't that bad, that reckless.
Oh goodness.
Look, I like Goldberg. That was one of my main reasons.
Damn, honey.
But even I knew, I was like, yo, that dude. Yo,
Brett
I don't
ran
think that drop kick was supposed to go like that.
Brett ran too hard into his foot. That's what happened.
The FTR match. I saw accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusation. And
false.
That's how I feel about this TV bloodline. False accusations.
Oh goodness. Well, I mean, we can kind of stay a little bit in the bloodline type stories. WWE files a trademark for Roman Reigns, which I think again is going to lead to. Here's another question with that. Say we do get Civil War coming up at WrestleMania in Vegas. Do you think there's more bloodline to come after that, or are they going to just kind of simmer down a little bit?
I mean, I don't think you can, because now they done kind of took over. I don't mean like they'll be the main thing, but now it's like, yo, this story's over. Now what's left? Going for titles. Like, imagine Jacob now don't have to be reporting to Solo, and he wants the United States title. The Gorillas of Destiny tag team titles. Roman going back for his undisputed title. Like, this ain't the end of that bloodline being seen. This story may have ended, but we about to see a whole bunch of new chapters. This is the Anoa'i era as well as the Paul Levesque era.
Well, is there something you want to say, honey?
No, I'm just saying it's it's just a lovely era to be in. That's all.
Just so happy. I tried to cheat.
He looks great too, by the way. It's every time I see him, it's like leukemia aware. How? God bless him.
This is why Cody's number 2, because all you had was a torn pec, and leukemia is still kicking your ass.
Oh my
Lord! Did you say?
Well, Cedric brought it up in the post show. We see whose show this is. That's what Bad Blood showed you. And this is not the Cody Rhodes show. Y'all saw that tape. You were there.
The champion came out first. I'm just saying.
You're right.
Tribal chief with his grand entrance got a whole. I mean, Cody got the band and everything too. Cody's was fire. But I'm just saying, like, Roman still got that WrestleMania level entrance. You're not.
Yeah. Yep, he does.
Cody needs to talk to Brandy about throwing up the one on Twitter. We can't. We would have had to have a conversation about that.
I commented under that picture so fast. I said, "Where are all these fake boosters and fake ones coming from?" I've been talking about this on my SmackDown watch log. There's been some dissension in certain places where people were not putting the ones up when Roman wasn't around, and now they're putting the ones up. When Roman was,
Cody should have entered the trailer that night. Told Pharaoh to kick Rossman. Told Brandy, who told you it was open mic night? Who told you that? Who told you? You can post on Twitter. The one.
The we want Roman chant. Are you in the ring? It's like
seeing Brandy put up the one. That's kind of crazy to me. That's a crazy image, considering everything we saw in April. That's wild.
Oh boy!
Oh, that's good. That's so good. That's good stuff right there.
We got to work on these transitions.
I mean, I don't even know where the video is. I don't even know where the video is to take it.
Oh, is that what you were looking for, the updated one?
Yeah, well, I had you can't let the producer do the work and not show it. So I played it.
I love these boss lady segues. They're the best.
Yeah.
All right.
In all fairness, I would love a Joe Hendry one, Dylan, if we can make that happen.
Your face on Joe Hendry is hysterical.
We can change the skin complexion. That's just technology. But I mean,
damn, I wish I'd have said
No,
that.
I'm just saying because like with your face and then the blonde hair, that would be hilarious.
Hey, Dylan, put me on Prince Nana. Put me on Prince Nana coming in.
Oh my goodness.
Put that one on. Put my face there. In fact, I'm gonna pull the hair back. So you got.
Oh my goodness. I'm trying to imagine my swerve.
Somebody take out the trash in this chat. Huh?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yep.
Why don't you go do what your name says and go win some money?
All right, let's talk a little bit. This is really I found it interesting. So we have Liv Morgan. She was in the press conference. So she's saying that she's improved. She's levels above when she beat Ronda Rousey. So where Liv is right now, as far as her character, if you think of when she started versus now, do you think she's correct in her assessment, or do you think she needs more work? What are you guys' thoughts on Liv?
She was right.
This is the Liv we've all been waiting for. I think
She's on her.
Liv we've been wanting to happen.
She's on her revenge tour. This is her revenge tour. Well, that's what she calls it, but she has gotten a lot better. She's devious. I mean, she has the love of her life with her, so she's working very well. And seeing her come out of her shell and being on her own as the women's champion and really standing forth, and also having her tag team partner back in there, I'm actually intrigued on what's going to happen tonight on Raw, and also putting a lot of fear in the rest of the, not fear, but putting everybody in the women's division on notice that she's a champion.
Yeah.
MD, I disagree with you on that one.
Something that might be happening as well, putting on notice, is said he was interested in doing a watch along for Raw. So with that being said, what do you think of Liv's assessment of herself?
We gotta stop taking the private conversations and making them public, TK. let's start.
Accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusations.
That's the second time we done did that. By the way, Liv has improved a lot, and I think the people in the chat who I've seen call her Mid Morgan gotta pay her an apology, just because.
Yes, absolutely.
When you talk about when we talk about like homegrown talent, people that started in NXT and the PC, FCW, this is like the prototype example of people ascending through the ranks of their career. Think about Liv when she was in the Riot Squad. Nobody looked at her like a single star. They brought her back in that weird Rusev Lana thing where she was the other woman, just saddled with bad gimmicks and never really let her shine, even though we saw her improving in the ring year after year. Now you're seeing all that grind, all that time spent on full display as a women's champion. And now you can kind of put her in with the elites. Like, I can buy her against Rhea Ripley. I can buy her against your Biancas, your Ios, and things like that, just because the character work is now caught up to the in-ring work. So I think she's accurate to say, like, hey, Ronda was the person you guys brought in and gave everything to. I wasn't given everything. I had to earn it. And it's showing every single week. So I'm happy to see that she's finally getting her just due. And I hope this title reign lasts a long time.
Look at even the attention to detail she getting, because y'all can say she mid, but it's just because we haven't seen her paired to where we see a fantastic championship match that don't have like shenanigans or character work in it. So, but to this whole panel, like we've had in the previous episode that Professor asked, what do you want more, in-ring capability or charisma? And as you're seeing, the charisma she has is phenomenal. Even, again, to the attention to detail, her socials are killing it right now. She's doing the thing Rhea never did with Dom, and make dope intros, sponsorships, the custom-made shoes. Like, she is fully projecting this character out. And like we said, a belt can make you look completely different. And she has done that. It doesn't look like it's being forced. It doesn't look like it's a force that she's in the Judgment Day. None of that. And even in the ring, she gets down. I understand, like, her getting tossed around by Rhea, but it's like, that's the performance you're going to get with a David and Goliath type of a match. Now, if you go back to her and Zelina, they cooked. I wish they would have let it end properly, but they were going. So we know Liv has improved in all statures and put herself as a top contender.
Yeah, it's like I finally know who Liv Morgan is now.
Yes.
When she won it against Ronda, I was like, well, we'll see how far it goes. But now with this whole Rhea and Dom thing, did you guys see that the entrance with the car? Like, did they show the whole road through Atlanta? That was the best. That was so good.
Yeah.
But that's
She couldn't look any more like Eddie, man.
I know, right? And the way she got out of the car over him.
Yes.
Little stuff like that she's doing to make her, you say like, oh, dumb, or like just
join
have you have a reaction to it, right?
So you can argue that Liv actually has more crossover appeal than Rhea into like mainstream entertainment. I'm thinking about that episode she did on Complex and all the red carpet events she's been at over the past year and a half.
Too, I think, or something like that.
Oh yeah, she did the movie. Yeah,
that's last year. Appeal is there.
No, I know who she is now. She's killing it. She fits in the Judgment Day. Like, no, I'm anxious to see Liv Morgan every Monday night now. I'm looking forward to it, and that's the key.
Yes,
I would definitely.
And Dirty Dom.
Like, you know how they have like the most improved player or person on the roster, whatever. That is Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan has definitely made an example of the fact that, and this is something that I've heard Triple H and a few others say. Sometimes it ain't the title; it's the person holding it. And she made you know and realize, like, oh, she is that girl. I beat Rhea twice, once for the belt, and then also to retain my title. What more do you want? She's beaten one of the number one women in the roster, and then you have, a lot of people forget how like faded she was in the White Riot Squad. I mean, not to me, because I loved her and I always saw it for her. But this is the Liv Morgan that I've been waiting for a while. It was kind of like when Roman became the tribal chief and became a heel and joined Paul Heyman. It was like, this is the version of you that I have been waiting to see, because I know you can draw that heat. I know you can bring the heat as well. And now she's got her moniker with the whole Ric Flair thing, this man-stealing, title-taking, home-wrecking. And I'm just like, you need to take that and run this thing, because it's working. It's totally working. And I'm so here for it. I'm so here for it. Her growth, and even in her in-ring ability. She pulled a move that they had dubbed, they call it the home wrecker. That is absolutely sickening. Like, years ago, Liv and Riot Squad Liv would never have been able to pull that off. What are you saying, MDB? What are you saying? Are you?
I'm laughing at Mayor, bro, because Mayor's face.
MDB, you want to fight today? What's up?
I'm trying not to do it. I'm trying not to react. But Mayor is just.
Who pissed at this man's Cheerios this morning?
I didn't say it. I didn't say it this time.
Calm down. Don't get me wrong. See a main event player with, you know what? I'm just gonna pretend like I didn't see it. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm a John Cena you, because I can't see you. Period.
Her tattoos is dope though.
You know what?
Stop.
Don't encourage this. Do not encourage this.
Okay. Well, speaking of movies, Dion, you did mention Liv being in the Chucky movie. Another movie that's going to be coming out is Kurt Angle. Are you guys looking forward to this? Because when I was reading the article, it's kind of like he's had several bios, one on A&E, etc. Are you looking forward to this? And if you are, who do you think should play Kurt?
I thought about this on my drive home today. I was like, it's got to be someone unknown. I'm not sure if there's a.
Oh, wait, they're doing a biopic on Kurt Angle.
For Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
I thought you said Kurt Angle was doing a movie. I'm like, why is Kurt Angle doing a movie?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
What kind of movie?
I
like this dad family film.
I don't know if it's politically correct, but can MJF play Kurt Angle?
No.
No.
I can see it. He's already done some acting. I can see the similar stature. I can see it. If you want somebody that's from the business.
No. I don't see my MJF.
Yeah, I think you go outside of a wrestler playing a wrestler. I think. Yeah. But and on that point, I don't have an answer for you of who could really play him, because I mean, Zac Efron just finished up. I mean, he could step into another wrestling role if he wanted to, but it's hard to say, because this is gonna have to be someone who goes through. Is it his complete story up to this point? Is it touching on all of his WWE stuff, or Is it just like the 96 Olympics?
That's the big question.
Yeah, that's.
Oh no, who is that? Who the boy from Stranger Things? What was his name?
one you talking about? The one what's his character's name? Dustin?
No, not Dustin.
The curly head?
No, not him. The lifeguard.
Yeah.
Billy.
He could play.
So according,
he played the Red Ranger in the Power Rangers.
Yeah, he did.
Dacre Montgomery or something like that.
Dacre Montgomery. That's who could play. I think could play Kurt Angle.
I can actually see that. That's crazy.
According to an excerpt from his interview, he said, I got a movie going on, really proud of it. It's a really great story. It's about a kid from the streets of Pittsburgh who overcomes all these obstacles, including a broken neck, to win the Olympic gold. It's only about my Olympic career. It's not about my wrestling career.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I did.
We're not gonna see Perk Angle.
That changes a lot.
No perk Angle. I doubt it.
That era was something.
That was
Perk Angle was wild.
Anybody feeling that? Anybody feeling Liam Hemsworth?
No.
Oh,
that's not a bad pick.
I heard he was supposed to do Hogan before they.
Chris was supposed to. I think. Yeah, Thor was supposed to do.
Oh, Chris.
Hogan.
That's right. Nah, I'm not a fan of Liam. I don't think he could pull it off.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
I did see a post earlier. Somebody that was talking about a suggestion for a Paul Heyman biopic, and guess who they named? And it's absolutely perfect.
Who?
Paul Giamatti.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like that would be pretty damn good. Because you saw they had a picture of them side by side. I'm like, that could happen.
Also, too, not gonna lie, since I seen the Penguin, Colin Farrell could also play.
You are.
I'm saying it ain't too far off. All you gotta do is change the accent. That's it.
One thing we can finally agree on today, MDB. Good job.
Something as far as
better Hemsworth because of Thor, though. Is that?
I ain't gonna lie, Extraction is fire on Netflix.
Chris is the better Hemsworth though. Not just because he's Thor, he is the better Hemsworth in general. Yeah.
So this question's for Honey. So big news. Congratulations to Ross Strickland. He just signed a huge deal with AEW. With that being said, sorry, not Honey, sorry, Courtney. With that being said, Courtney, what do you think is with this multi-year contract that Swerve is doing? What do you think they're going to be doing with him? Do you think it's going to be even more that he's doing now? They're going to cool him off a little bit to build him back up. What do you think the game plan will be?
Well, considering this weekend it's in his hometown, I wouldn't be shocked if he did make a surprise in his hometown. And also curious on what's going to happen, because even though he is out, MVP's making his case with Prince Nana because he wants to recruit Swerve. So I'm very intrigued on how this is going to cross over, because I don't want to see Swerve and Nana be apart from each other. So I am going to be curious on if he is going to show up, and he better show up considering it is in his hometown. But I do see him as being a top star in AEW. He's done so much throughout the last year and a half. It's just crazy. From him winning the AEW title, crossing over hip hop to wrestling, seeing him do so many accolades. And also, I shared this over the weekend because with the new deal for Warner Brothers, they're now starting to do a crossover with AEW and DC Comics, which is huge. So I really want to see him develop into more. And also, he's definitely going to be involved in the storylines, of course, with like MVP and Nana. And I'm sure he's going to get back in the title race in the near future. But I do see him being a really big player to AEW.
Thoughts, Councilman?
Stay away from Swerve, MVP. Stay away. Leave Swerve alone. That man is in the pocket right now. Everything Courtney stated, he can come back, get that title with no problem at all. That man has found his niche. Let him ride that out. I think he's shown that he's adaptable to anything that comes. I just don't want to see him in groups anymore. This dude is meant to be a solo player. Let this man shine with Prince Nana and let this man get some dope title reigns under his belt and establish himself as one of those pillars of AEW when it's all said and done.
Dion?
No, I mean, Courtney is our resident, my resident AEW expert because she's helped me out a lot. But with this, definitely just the only thing I took away from that one, and I'll keep it short, was like Swerve needs to stay away from DC as well. Get away from that property. It hasn't been great lately, so stay away. My only advice.
Yeah, first, hey, son, you really just going back. See, you be flip-flopping. That's what we gonna start doing. You, DR, you need to get your head on a fish that just be flip-flopping. You like John Witherspoon and Van Fire in Brooklyn. Flip-flopping and shit.
He needs to stay away from it, man. You know it has to be great.
The Batman enthusiast is telling him to stay away.
From The Rock to putting on a Cody shirt on top.
I'm complicated, okay?
It's complicated. But you know what?
Leon, I'm finna treat you like Robert Downey Jr. and Hulk. You're like, look, man, you embarrassing me in front of me.
That's my thoughts, man. That's my thoughts.
I mean, I can't mess with Dion too much because I'm sure eventually I'm gonna be flip flopping myself because I'm gonna have to choose between the final boss or the OTC, and I'm gonna be like, I know nothing.
Or your Temu bloodline, yeah. So where you gonna go then?
Not my Temu bloodline. This ain't my.
Oh, Will, my bad.
Wait, hey, man. Hey, where's the hey, man, where the video at when I need it? Accusations.
The FTR match. I saw accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusations. And
you're lying.
Don't put me. Hey, don't be putting me with them people.
Oh goodness. All right. Another thing that's been this is kind of, I feel like I need to get that put in the box thing from back in the day, if you guys are familiar with that. But this is something that's been talked about for quite some time, even before CM Punk came back. AJ Lee responds to calls for WWE comeback. What do you guys think? I think a lot of people want her to, but do you think it's actually going to happen? And we'll start with Ced.
This might be one of those things where the desire of it outweighs the actual product itself. Just because, is it going to be like a one-off, or does she actually have like a final run with a lot of different women? The thing that we're talking about is like so many people were trying to peer pressure AJ Lee on Twitter, namely Bayley. Bayley's been the biggest subtweeter, but a lot of the other women's locker rooms started to follow up like, hey, no, you should. Like, wrestling rings are therapeutic and stuff like that. And she's responding to it. And she said she appreciates the flattery and the peer pressure from all the goddesses, but she seems like she's just not really ready to dip her toe in the water. So I don't know. Like, obviously the perfect storyline wouldn't even be on Maine. It would be probably with like a Roxanne Perez or a Cora Jade. So from that standpoint, is it even worth coming back unless it's to elevate one of those two? So I just think it's really much ado about nothing. I don't personally think it'll happen because if she does show up, I think nobody will really be satisfied with the output. I don't think you'll get like your AJ Lees and Livs or Rhea's or Bailey's, things like that. And that's what it sounds like. That's the locker room really wants.
Mayor, I am so proud of you. Did you just acknowledge the fact that Roxanne Perez elevates the women's division? Did you just insinuate that? I'm really proud. That's called growth, y'all. Y'all see that?
No, that's not what I said at all. I said AJ Lee would be coming back to elevate Roxanne. I said she's
honey, that's the way I heard it. That's
like
what I
a taste
heard.
out of your mouth. I'd like to see you try.
You'd be coming back to give Roxanne a storyline and give Cora a storyline.
I want to delete that clip. If we can get,
I mean, did you notice he didn't say Lola or nothing like that, or even Jada Parker? He said Roxanne Perez. Like,
it's her unbiological daughter.
That is true.
I mean, when you just shining like greatness, like where else would you go? Vice City got tracks now, so I don't know what's happening there. According to TK, Vice City is on the track. Oh my goodness. It's filled with Cadillacs and Monte Carlos at Vice City. I don't know what. According to TK, I'm like,
They
oh,
don't
whoa.
do Monte Carlos no more, y'all. They're not in production.
Once the Buicks arrive, it's over. You got to cash out.
Ooh, that's a cool.
That would be. I like
there.
that. Christopher saying AJ managed Roxanne Perez and Corey Jade. That would be really good.
Oh, that's
But
even better than her facing and AJ. That's even better. Ooh,
Yeah.
I think to Cedric's point though, do you need it? And that's the thing. Like with as busy, like I follow her, so like with as busy as she is, the only thing I could see happening is a one-off, and that is probably the only place that makes sense to go.
Well, it's not that she needs it, but it would be nice because just to see AJ Lee in NXT again would be absolutely bonkers.
Would a Rumble appearance satisfy, or just intensify the hey, we want you back?
I feel like that's I feel like that's a great starter, and then see where it goes. Like imagine if Roxanne came out, then AJ Lee came out, and then that's the era.
Yeah,
so
that's right there.
Then we see where that hits, how that lands, how she feels about it, and then it's like, hey, let's skip Stand and Deliver and send y'all to WrestleMania, because it's not like the women's title hasn't been defended at WrestleMania, and I'm sure she would love to have that accolade to go against AJ Lee at WrestleMania.
See, but I think that's the problem with Ced saying. I feel like a lot of people have been wanting her to come back, and she can't necessarily do a one-off. I feel like she needs to have like a legitimate, like almost like a retirement run of sorts, of some type of storyline. Obviously, nothing like the bloodline or anything like that, but maybe people who actually wanted matches with her, stuff like that. But yeah, I agree with you, Will. It's like she's just too busy. CM Punk has said she's too busy. But my fear is when she's not as busy, will it be too late? Like it's almost like, can you put a pause? It's not like we're asking you to do this for free. So could you put a pause on what you're doing, just like Cena and The Rock, because she's kind of the controller of her career, to kind of give the fans what they want and then go back to your life, opposed to you live your life and then you get to a point where like to get back in the ring is just not even viable, right?
Okay, so
and I don't even think it's the right season for that. Like coming back right now or in the next year when we have The Rock, when we're going to have the Cena farewell tour, I feel like it would be overshadowed.
Yeah.
I don't see, and that's the thing. I don't think so because of how many implications it would have. One, all of them girls look up to AJ Lee, so you now have that class now. It's not like it was like they pay homage to Trish and everything like that, but all these girls were watching AJ Lee. And so for that opportunity, that would just elevate the women's picture even more. I think, like you saying, from The Rock and all of this stuff, it's going to be hard for the women to kind of get that spotlight. And I think this would be one of them. Not only.
Okay. No, go ahead.
I just think that would be cool. But I was just going to even ask y'all, if you had to tell her 2 matches that she would get and where it would be to convince her, which two people would you pick and where would it be?
Ooh,
that's the toughest thing, is determining which 2 are going to get that match. It's going to be a lot of upset people.
Take Roxanne out. We already know that's the obvious choice. So take Roxanne out. But if you have anything else to say, hey, I want to pitch this to you.
Or Liv Morgan at this point, I'll take that one. I think that'd be pretty dope. And where? I mean, it's got to be one of the big 4, right? Like it can't be just Bad Blood felt almost like that.
You see how it get tough, like to Cedric and TK start getting tough.
Yeah,
AJ could just run through all the horsewomen and then go to AEW and finish off the last horsewoman and remind everybody who really initiated the Diva to the women's division. Just saying.
I mean, one hell of a story, man.
I think that's the best way to come back there. I think she just gave the best way for AJ to come back.
We're in a business where we talk about people who say never. Okay, we've heard CM Punk for 8-9 years straight say he was never coming back to WWE, and look at where we are now. Okay, I'm not gonna put it past her to return. I will definitely not. I think
Y'all
she
said
still
The Rock
has.
wasn't coming back Sunday.
I think she still has a couple in her. But yeah, y'all didn't say The Rock wasn't gonna come back, but we did.
Councilman, if I got to pick two today that make the most sense, I'll say Liv and Tiffany.
I would like Liv and Bianca for her. I feel like she would have a lot of fun with Bianca.
See, there's so many options. There's so many options because and that's another thing too. It's not like it's not like, I don't know what, 6 years ago where we have the women from NXT and they're kind of coming up. The women in NXT are like in their own, they're at their own level. They're vets now. So it's like you have the women's roster is so deep that's like, if you wait any longer to come back, like there's so many possibilities. So almost like this would kind of be, and I understand the overshadowing. Like, okay, well, maybe after Mania, or maybe Mania, that's when you start. But it's just kind of like, it's the women's roster is just getting better and with most like amazing, I want to say characters, amazing wrestlers, that it's just hard to, where do you, and then and to Ced's point, if she does come back and you only do 2 or 3, then you're gonna be like, well, you didn't do this person, or we want to see this person. So it's always
gonna be, because those wouldn't even be the best match. If you ask me, the best possible match today for AJ Lee, Candice LeRae.
Yeah,
I think that would be great.
Kansas
fire match. That'd be a fire match. But your biggest draw is to go up against Roxanne, because then not only that, you solidify what NXT has been trying to build this whole time, and also amongst the women's division.
Yeah,
like,
AJ Lee and Roxanne at a takeover would be absolutely disgusting.
It'd be if you do it at Stand and Deliver, it's over. That's a wrap. Like that's solidifying everything for the women division there. To the point, like I said too, with NXT, the women will start being the main event. Like Trick and his NXT title gonna start taking a back seat.
Trick ain't the main event right now. He's just
facts.
We're not gonna disrespect Trick Willie like that. The boss lady's here, okay?
I hope Trick is watching that.
That worn Trick Williams gear, preferably from last week for TK, so she can put it right there in the back of the product placement next to the butter. That we would love that. So donate to Dollar Change so we can get that merchandise.
Goodness. So something that we definitely don't know if AJ is happening, but what we do know is going to happen is 2 hours of WWE Raw tonight. So kind of talking about that, since Ced may or may not be doing watch-alongs. What do you want to, matches-wise, what are you looking forward to, Ced?
See, I can't tell TK nothing. We got to stop doing this. We got to stop. We got to stop.
I mean, we're still waiting for you and Jacob's NXT show too, and it's been like a good year now.
Oh,
has it been a year?
It's been more than a year.
A few months.
No, honey, they've been talking about it even before you came.
Oh, okay. Well, that's on y'all. That's on y'all.
Yeah.
That's on y'all.
So right now, the advertised card for Monday Night Raw, we're going to get Gunther versus Sami Zayn for the World Heavyweight Championship. We get Jey Uso and Xavier Woods for the Intercontinental Championship. That's probably what I'm most looking forward to, just because of what happened last week between Kofi and Woods, and of course with Woods and Ray and him trying to cover up his tracks from pulling off the mask. There's a lot of Xavier Woods social media out there pretty much saying it's accidental. Even a spot from Saturday where he had a spot with Peter Rosenberg outside explaining how it was accidental. He's asking WWE to take down his footage offline right now. There's a tweet out that shows all the time that Ray has been unmasked, and now he's a part of that montage. So a lot of good stuff. We're going to get Sheamus versus Pete Dunne in a Donnybrook match, whatever that may be. Hopefully Pete Dunne takes the W there. And then for reasons I can't explain, we have an appearance from Seth Rollins. I think he should personally still be at home taking care of his child, but he's going to be on Monday Night Raw tonight in the aftermath of what happened with Big Bronson Reed last week. But if I got to put my money on it, I want to see Uso and Woods for the IC title more than anything else.
That's going to be so good.
That's going to be a good match.
Yeah.
It is going to be a good match, but I think we can all predict that he's not going to take it, right?
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh, no.
What if he did?
I mean,
that's true. Because I didn't think Jay was going to win. So
you would piss a lot of people off, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Everybody else to do it. Everybody else.
Would you really be mad at Woods getting his first singles title, even if he cheated to win?
He'll cheat to win.
If he does it dirty, if he cheats to win, people are not gonna like it.
Yeah, they're not.
I would still be happier that he got a singles title.
Personally, on a different kind of level, internally, absolutely, I'd be happy for Woods either way.
Woods
But I'm
have
just
a lot of
saying,
heat too,
I'm
man.
just saying, you really gonna do all of that to people after 1 week of Jey Uso holding that IC title? Like, really? That's worse than what you do to Gunther and having Sammy take it. Like,
we did it with Trick with the North American. He had it for what, like a few days?
I don't think he was supposed to win that match, though. That's the thing. I remember watching it. I think he actually knocked Dom out by mistake. Dom did not hit her 3 times. I don't think he was supposed to win that match. If you go watch that match back, you can tell he was not supposed to win that. It was supposed to be some shenanigans from the Judgment Day, and Dominic was supposed to win.
And somebody ruined it.
Hold up, I missed this comment, and I want Jacob dancing like how Jacob Fatu was dancing in Solo's entrance on Saturday.
Well, he was hitting that.
Yo, you saw that? You saw that? Wait a minute. Yo, not for nothing. That whole time when Solo's music playing and he's like this.
Yeah.
This. I'm like doing it with him. I'm like, yeah. You feel
I'm telling you, bro. That Cedric said it on the post show. That match showed so much between them 4 people.
Yeah,
like whose house it is, and the fact Solo, you got to step it up because Jacob walking circles around you now.
But you could tell that they were all having fun. Like you could definitely tell they were all having fun and just happy to be working together in this big kind of a way, in this overly drastic storyline that they've built. But I want to say this is my Ulafala. Solo never had a lover. This is my Ulafala. This was handed to me from the tribal chief himself. Okay, we don't deal with Solo over here. But anyway.
We have like Roman Reigns returned last week, Councilman, if he actually had on a hoodie, because that was like the theme of the weekend.
Hey, look, listen. If that wasn't the biggest takeaway from Bad Blood, if you gonna come back, put on a hoodie. That's why Raquel. That's why they hit that one, right? Look, you saw Jimmy. You saw what happened with Jimmy. Cora Jade took it off. Response. Everybody walked in, and somebody wrote in the comments. They was like, "Who's this stripper that's out here fighting real?"
Y'all are not gonna disrespect Raquel like that. Y'all are not gonna disrespect Raquel like that. Y'all are so mean.
I think the only one
disrespect Raquel like that.
The only surprise.
She just came take a dive.
Y'all are not gonna disrespect Raquel like that. That's messed up. That's so wrong.
The only thing that went around was like the Roman saying, like, "That's right, no pop." Like that's the only thing I saw after her, which I felt bad, man, because she
got to wear a hoodie.
It was a nice blouse, though. It was a nice blouse.
She looked great.
The camera angle
was great. Like some health issues and stuff like that.
The camera angle just wasn't right.
Anyway,
camera wasn't set up. And listen, you deprived yourself of being able to. And everybody like, oh, because we wouldn't have known who you was even height wise. It's just like, yo, who is this person? And then Michael Cole was so late, like he had been smoking all night before he got done.
He probably took a gummy.
It was a solid 3 minutes before he was like, who is that? I'm like,
come on. Should have had Joe Tessitore do it. Tessitore would have been obvious with it.
But in regards
to Rebecca Raquel Rodriguez.
You see the back.
The back is back. The back is back. My back is back. But in regards to y'all are so stupid. In regards to Monday Night Raw, I think we had it all wrong, folks. I have a theory. I have a new theory. I am excited to see pretty much all the matches tonight because I love a good aftermath show after a really good PLE. So, but I think we got our theory all wrong when it comes to the Wyatt Six. I don't think Braun Strowman was the target. I think they're targeting another faction. And if I had to guess, due to a lot of their posts lately and tweets, I would say the Final Testament. I think the Wyatt Six is going after the Final Testament. For some reason, I just feel it. Because on their last tweet, they talked about the fact that you know, you like to destroy and then this and that. And before we thought they were talking about Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman because, you know, they've been going at it and wrecking house all for the last couple of weeks. But it makes more sense if it's the Final Testament and Karrion Kross, because Karrion Kross hasn't really been how do you say? He hasn't really been bullied, or he's been pretty much dominant in when it's come to him, like with Xavier Woods and this Kofi dynamic, and him trying to drive a wedge between their relationship. Without thinking about the repercussions of that, and if anything could potentially happen to him. Because right now, Karrion Kross thinks he's on top of the world, and he's putting out some really good stuff on the socials. His videos and promos, he's doing excellent work. But I think that it only makes sense for the Wyatt Six to go after another faction. They already went through American Made. I'm trying to think of another strong faction, and they're going to gear up for Judgment Day eventually. But I think that Final Testament is next. Man, you heard it here first, and I would love to see an angle where like the Funhouse members like kidnap Scarlett, or like kidnap Paul Ellering, and or whatever, and finally get Scarlett a match with Sister Abigail. I think there's a lot of cool stuff that you could play with both factions.
Is there a chance that Sammy wins tonight?
No.
There's always a chance.
Hear me out. I wrote this down.
Wyatt Six stuff.
I know, but I wrote this down before I forgot it. When's Crown Jewel?
Crown Jewel's in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
No. I mean, when is it again? Next 4 weeks.
4 weeks. Yeah, 4 weeks.
So I think like October 28th, maybe.
28th.
No, 26th.
Like
What are the chances? Hear me out. Sammy wins tonight. Takes the title, Crown Jewel, goes against Cody. Gunther then fights his favorite wrestler at Crown Jewel.
Why y'all want this so bad? Why? Why y'all want this?
Just saying.
Do y'all not remember that man was passed out the last time he was in Crown Jewel?
Crown Jewel is his event, man.
That man almost passed out carrying the Undertaker and dropped him on his head. He already got enough concussions. Okay.
Hear me out. They've been teasing this, and he was there on Saturday. And he did say you're next to Gunther. So I'm just saying.
Goldberg didn't have his glasses on. He didn't know who he was saying was next. All right, he just pointing. He don't know who he was to.
I'll take it. Because Gunther can get the title right back.
I'm calling that tonight.
He's not going to take the title off of Gunther. It's definitely not going to be a title match. He is not getting the title.
Crown Jewel will be champion versus champion. So this is assuming that Sammy wins tonight.
If he wins tonight, he faces Cody.
What if Goldberg costs Gunther the title tonight?
If Mick Foley Jr. wins tonight, I will watch nothing.
Mick won his first one on a Monday night.
Same thing I wish. Y'all wouldn't.
That's why I don't like that y'all saying this.
So basically you guys are saying that Gunther is a transitional champion?
No. He's just gonna get us the Crown Jewel so we can get Goldberg. And then
you want Goldberg.
Why do you want Sammy as champ?
It's only for a little while.
Champion.
Why do you want it for a little? Yo, don't do it, please.
I got you. Will, I got you.
This is bullshit.
Now,
y'all want to interrupt this man's title reign so he can take on Goldberg? Really?
We can get back to calling people broke in like 2 months.
Do we even know if he can still spear like that?
I'm sure the
man can barely.
You don't lose that.
No, you don't know. That's the thing. You don't know.
You don't lose that.
I can guarantee he got a better spear today than Jey Uso.
You stop there.
I beg your pardon?
I agree, Stan.
I agree. He got a better spear than Jey Uso.
If we say anything, he got a better spear than Solo. Okay, that's who he got a better spear than.
You said Jey? His spear is better than Jey. You said?
Yes. Yeah,
maybe not now. Maybe back when he was hot in the 90s, it was probably better than Jey, but not now. Absolutely not. You're crazy.
Back to the Wyatt Six.
Go forward.
Can the Wyatt Six get Seth Rollins out the paint? Can we do that? Can we manifest that? Can they just target Seth for like everything over the past decade? I don't know.
I wouldn't mind it. I know if they get done with the faction thing, I'd love to see that. Me personally, I would just love to see Seth once again catch 8 tsunamis on Monday night.
Oh my gosh.
I will rewind that all day. That's gonna be the highlight of the night. But even with Honey saying it with Wyatt Six, we might. I think that might be the war game.
Really?
Wyatt Six versus Final Testament and War Games.
I think every match should be War Games themed. I think that's
with the women in it.
Yep.
You've seen Scarlett work with men, and we know Nikki can do the same thing.
Scarlett just had a match at a house show too with Rhea.
Oh yeah,
and she ain't missed a beat.
Nope.
For those of you visual with us today, TK just teleported, so you guys know how much money she's working with. She has that
Exactly. Does he have the knees to hit?
Of course, his knees can hold up. Man.
You don't know that.
All he needs is 3 minutes, man. A 3-minute match.
And what happens when the 3 minutes is done and Gunther just got this tired?
We're in deep waters then, man. I know.
I need y'all to think about what you're saying here, because the ring general, okay, the dominant ring general, he's been dominating for years, even when he got to NXT with Imperium, NXT UK. Then he got the Intercontinental Championship for 666 days. It's like, why would we dumb down a run that was absolutely not mid for Goldberg?
It's simply because Goldberg supersedes all of that. He's the greatest train wreck in the sport.
Wait.
Sport.
Tell that to the Fiend.
You believe it. You believe it when Goldberg come and run somebody over. Like, you believe it still. I don't know why.
That is elder abuse we are going to see at Crown Jewel.
I don't believe it.
Well, this is...
Didn't Goldberg beat the Fiend? What are we talking about? That's a perfect example.
And it was
in 2 minutes.
And it was awful.
But we believe it because it's Goldberg. Same thing we did the train with Brock. It was like,
I didn't believe that.
It was like, oh yeah, Goldberg really got it like that.
I was not buying what they
That's
were
when I
telling me.
felt
I'm not
like
saying it was the right choice, but that's a perfect example of why he can beat Gunther.
That was that was bad booking. That was called bad booking by Vince McMahon. That's what that was.
Why y'all acting like y'all didn't see
my
this man
point with that by saying the
in
Fiend?
the
You gotta
dust?
prove my point. Like, nobody was supposed to beat the Fiend, but Goldberg did.
Listen, man, why y'all want to see Gunther chop this man and give Goldberg ass?
He's just gonna chop it and shake it. He's gonna chop and shake it off.
Who? This is not Logan. This is not old man Logan. This is real life. This is not a Marvel movie.
I'd be here just for Goldberg to no-sell Gunther. I would love to see it.
I would love
chops.
Now that's what I'd pay to see him straight take a chop and not flinch. I've heard Gunther chop in person.
Do you think the reason that Goldberg is in the play, because this is going to be in Saudi? I mean, do you remember when Saudi happened? I think it was the first Crown Jewel. They had a lot of legends pop up.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the reason why Goldberg's in play, because Saudi's kind of a different beast, meaning that the cards are a little bit different because of the people who's actually footing the bill. So do you think that's the reason why we're seeing Goldberg and not because this is a WWE thing?
That was exactly my reason, TK. That was exactly my reason.
They're still barely getting a live television Nitro the 83 weeks over there. They just in that era. So
I'd rather see Undertaker come out of retirement than see Goldberg. Okay,
this was gonna happen. This is what's gonna happen. Goldberg is gonna try to challenge Gunther, and then he's gonna try to go after Gunther, and then you know what we're gonna get?
His son.
The Beast comes back and says, "I'm sick of this dude," and F5s Goldberg and tells Gunther, "I'll beat you like I was supposed to get at WrestleMania."
Now that would be good because I'd rather see that. I'd rather see Brock.
I think the larger play is the NIL stuff with Goldberg's son, if I'm being honest. I think they're showcasing Goldberg, showcasing his son Gage, who plays at University of Colorado. I think they're starting to take those second generation, third generation superstars and say, hey, like, we have a home for you here. Same thing they did with Braun Breaker. And you probably see the same thing with Scott Steiner's son, who I think he plays for Nebraska. But
yeah.
I think that's what the longer play is behind the scenes. It's just like, hey, featuring this guy. And it's like, oh, you remember the kid that was here during Goldberg's like last match like 10 years ago? It's like he's an adult now. So
right.
I'm gonna fight all these urges, my brother.
I'm gonna fight him because if Mick Foley Jr. wins that title tonight.
Midnight, man. Mick won his on a Monday. I mean, might as well, right?
No.
I'm gonna
might
be
as well not.
Twice? We didn't believe the first one. You really think like we gonna sit here and accept the second one?
Sammy can't be the Gunther Kryptonite? Why is that so unbelievable?
Just because he's a redhead doesn't mean he needs to be Kryptonite.
Oh wow. Speaking of the adulting thing to do, the adulting thing to do is for us to get out of here so Sed can get ready for Raw. With that being said, Courtney, where can everybody find you?
I love how she slid that in. That was perfect, T. Hey, that was perfect. That was a perfect segue right
I love
Courtney,
that.
where can everybody find you, Miss Courtney?
Oh my goodness, this is too funny. They can find me here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on WWT Live. This week, because Boss Man Tony wants to put on AEW tomorrow, I'm gonna do a special watch along on Wednesday, showcasing Title Tuesday, because I will be watching NXT tomorrow, and I will be doing a watch along.
She's doing it again. She's doing it again, y'all.
Yes, I am. I am doing it again. And Saturday, you're getting a watch along for Wrestle Dream this Saturday. So Saturday is going to be Wrestle Dream. You can follow me on Instagram, on Twitter and Instagram. And also my watch alongs are pretty cool because our wonderful producer loves to be on there. And I'm trying to convince him to go to Australia for next year. That fingers crossed, but you can follow me on @CourtneyNJ11 on Twitter and Instagram, where I do have content that's being put into place. And yeah, check me out.
All right. Miss Honey, the tribal queen herself, where can everybody find you?
You guys can always find me on the island of relevancy, but tonight you're going to find me in White Six City, peeping game. I'm trying to see what the White Six is cooking up next. I'm real excited for Raw tonight. Other than that, you can find me here Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays with the WWT Live crew. Don't forget to tune into our SmackDown watch along every Friday as well. And Facebook, Wrestling W Honey, TikTok, Wrestling with Honey, Instagram, Wrestling with Honey, and like and subscribe. That new sweet podcast premiering real soon, the Wrestling with Honey podcast on YouTube.
There it is. And Dion, where can everybody find you?
Yeah, over on All-Star Fandom Show on TikTok and Instagram, over on YouTube as well. Going through a slew of fandoms this October with Halloween and stuff like that. Here Mondays and Wednesdays usually. My Fridays are free now, so I can drop in there if it's okay. But yeah, other than that, just doing this whole social media YouTube thing like everybody else. All-Star Fandom Show.
All right. And Councilman Pharaoh, where can everybody find you?
You can find me at my new handles, Said Raw Watch Along.
Yeah.
My plays. All the social and YouTubes. We got a rewatch game for right after his watch along. So check that out on my social.
I love that.
Seti said, where can everybody find you tonight and I guess the rest of the week?
You know, I'm not gonna let this.
Sed's about to pound the streets.
Normally, I would let this get me down, and I would say, you guys, I don't want to be found, but my team is 4-1. You guys' teams are not. So raise hell to the Commanders. The Pistons won. My Sun Devils won as well. You can find me on the Twitter streets at says at CEWD_SAYS, on the gram at Said is the answer. You will not find me on the Monday Night Raw watch along. We need to build that demand up for the Monday Nightmare, and TK got to cut the check. But you will find me bridging the gap between my two communities, Vice City and Parkerville, for the next 24 hours ahead of tomorrow night's NXT. That's what I'll be doing tonight.
Will you be on the NXT watch along tomorrow?
I guess you got to tune in to find out. I mean,
TK, according to you, there's tracks in Vice City. The mayor has a lot of work to do. The streets need to be cleaned up. Okay. Because I'll be damned if the tracks are gonna reach Parkerville. That's all I know. I don't know what the track's at, but I know they're not in Parkerville.
Parkerville is a very, very hospitable community and very safe place to be. Vice City, we're working some stuff out. You know,
I'm not feeling it.
Thank you, Sed. So we do have our NXT watch along. We have several watch alongs happening.
Clip on a loop in here. Watch. Give me 24 hours.
We have a lot of watch alongs for you guys to check out, as well as an interview with the owner of Only Wrestlers. If you have no idea what that is, you're going to have to tune into the interview tomorrow. With that being said, thank you guys so much for joining. You can follow me on everything at tktrinidad. You can follow Women's Wrestling Talk on everything at WWTalkpod. Shout out to our sponsor, ACW, which is having an event in the Bahamas in a couple weeks that you can check out. myself and the professor doing commentary there. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Ciao, y'all.
This episode of Women's Wrestling Talk has been brought to you by All Caribbean Wrestling. Catch the wave. Go to allcaribbeanwrestling.com to check out all the latest pay-per-views or go on the YouTube page at All Caribbean Wrestling. Also, go and check out their socials on Instagram at All Caribbean Wrestling and on X at All Caribbean WR1.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WWTalkpod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms like yesterday, my G. And check